When the lights come down and I leave the stage, it's you that makes it all worthwhile.
Welcome to the Direction of the Heart Skype discussion series. I'm your host, Mike Aloia from American Hearts Radio Entertainment Network. It's my partner, Pete DeLorenzo from New Jersey. What's up, brother man?
How are you, brother? It's been crazy.
Yeah, utter chaos. I know. I've been there. I feel you. I'm real excited, Pete. You got an awesome guest here, Miss Valkerie Kinsler from New York with the band Valkerie. Me and her been talking a little bit before you got on and had to deal with your chaos.
Yeah. Well, we all deal with chaos, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. It's Murphy's Law, like when things go wrong all at once, Yeah. It's been that kind of a day.
Well, you know what? We got through it, brother.
Val is an extremely awesomely talented young lady, and her band, just phenomenal. They were introduced to me through my good dear friend Billy Langella, and they came on board this year for Global, and it is truly an honor, Val, to have you.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here as well. Great to meet you guys.
You're representing Joe as well and the band, and we got you, and it's great to have you.
Thank you.
Love your music, rock and roll.
Oh, she rocks, man. She's awesome. And you
really got a great band, and
yeah,
you're doing originals. That's what it's about.
Well, this is the best band I've ever had. Joe Vasta, really, I owe him, really the credit for putting the band together that I have now. David White and I, our current guitar player who's been with us for over 2 years, he and I were working together on separate side projects, doing demos. We met in a band called King and the Stingers.
What name of it?
Sorry?
Band that you met, what was the name of it again?
David White and I met backing up a guy named Buddy Bowser who plays saxophone. His band is called King Bee and the Stingers.
I've heard them. Yes,
yeah. It's kind of like old school, funky, wild, psychedelic blues.
Do you guys happen to know Norman Bates and the Showerheads?
I've heard the name, but
great
Norman Bates.
That might be a big hallelujah.
Yeah, I had actually the honor of working with them. It was kind of haphazardly. Before CBGB's had closed down.
Oh, I love the name. And
I was working at the famous Schubert Theater with Joe Franklin. My mentor, God rest his soul. And then we went over to CBGB's, and they had said they were going to be there. That sent me their disc, and this is when I was getting inundated with a lot of bands and artists for my film. And so I popped in, and they were like, all of a sudden, and I'm like a humble guy, and I'm in the back with a couple of my people, and they're like, no, get him up front, and they called me up on stage with them. So I kind of brought them on that night, and it was a lot of fun. It was all up. But some gigs together. Would love to.
I love that, definitely.
I don't know if you know this, Pete, but me and her were talking before you got on, and she had mentioned something about one of the members of the group actually played with the Hollies.
Mm-hmm. That was David White.
David White
actually toured with the Hollies. Yep.
Really? Awesome. I love the Hollies. They were an awesome.
Me too. Long, cool woman in a black dress, and
my God, they had so many great songs.
Yeah, they were awesome.
Yeah,
I tell you, man. We mentioned a little bit more about the members of the band. I know that they've got a lot of history in music.
Especially Joe is from Staten Island. He's still living on Staten Island, but he toured with Mink DeVille, recorded with Mink DeVille. Tommy Price brought him into that band because Tommy was already playing with him, and apparently one day, it just wound up that Joe happened to be at the rehearsal, and they needed a bass player, and that's how that all kind of like coagulated. And then
you're like the forefront of the group. I mean, you got a great voice. And
thank you.
I mean, you do some cover tunes too, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean,
but I heard a lot of your work and things that you submitted to me for Global, and we were so honored to have you on board. Thank you so much. And I
got to send you guys a physical copy of the CD because I just got like a delivery of 1,000 this past week.
Oh yeah, we'll
shoot me an autograph copy.
Finally, yes.
Yeah, get with Bruce Shepard.
Right in the city, I can meet up with you guys because I'm going to be at the UN next week.
Bravo.
Tuesday and Wednesday, November 3rd and 4th.
November 3rd is the national release date for our CD.
Wow.
Sacred About Hatred.
Are you doing a release party?
Cool.
Or
Huh?
you guys going to do like a release party? Or?
Yeah, we are. We're playing at the Bitter End on November 27th, the day after Thanksgiving, 7 p.m.
I want to try and make
that'd be great. I hope you can. I hope you can.
I would love to be there with my lady, Marcella. That would be great.
I'll guest you guys. You just let me know. Definitely. That would be awesome.
She loves the city.
Upload a couple of your songs to our radio network and go ahead and promote you.
Yeah, get them out to Mike and play on the radio network. And also, did you send a CD to? I mean, not a CD. I'm sorry, a video, a music video, or a YouTube clip to Mike and Bruce?
I did. I sent
that out. The Birth to the Blues video.
Now we put that into post production. We'll put it at the end of the interview. It'd be great to let everybody see what wonderful work you guys do.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, just get that video to Bruce.
Okay.
Mike, I mean, Joe is an awesome guitarist too, and the whole thing.
Joe, yeah, he's a renowned bassist.
Are you the primary songwriter?
Yes, I am. Joe and I we just started co-writing. We've got a song called Show You Care, which I had previously composed and recorded with Recording Artist Development, a nonprofit organization and label. But Joe had an opinion. He thought the words were like kind of, a little too funky for the music that I had originally backing those words. So he laid something out and said, let me ask you something. Can you sing those words to this? And he just put down this like,
you kind of did a new arrangement.
And I was like, hell yeah, let's do it.
So he did like a new arrangement then?
That was our first co-write, yeah. And since then we've got a new song called Open Prey, as in Prey, another one called Frenemy, and cool stuff going on. We can't stop writing.
As songwriters as we are, that certain songs, when we write them, it comes, and Mike, we discussed this several times on the show with different artists, that I know the way I write, many times, as the lyrics are coming to me, the tune is in my head as well. Yeah. Other times, it's like the music will come first, the lyrics later. Yeah. The lyrics come to me first. And then when you add the music, there are always certain songs that, because you got a good funky sound to your music. And maybe certain songs need to be a little bit more mellow or a little bit more...
Yeah. Well, I love the blues, I listen to a lot of blues and roots, gospel, country growing up.
Yeah, I love the blues myself. I think that was my greatest inspiration as a young kid, listen, and on the blues and real rock and roll, and Motown.
Creedence Clearwater Revival, they were a big inspiration to me when I was a kid, Oh
yeah, Creedence Clearwater, yeah. Yeah, in
fact, I was a big metalhead. I was in a metal band for 10 years. I was a bass player, songwriter, hard rock, metal, Judas Priest, Kiss.
Judas Priest, all the way. I've seen them, and Metallica, love Metallica. I went to California to see Metallica open for the Stones.
Oh, wow.
Out the Stones, thank you very much.
Stones, man.
Oh, look at Badfinger.
But I was like, Metallica, yeah.
Badfinger was unknown, and they opened for the Beatles, and they opened, and it's amazing group. But I opened for Kiss. I opened for them way back,
That's awesome, man. I didn't know that, Pete.
What? Are you serious? You did?
Yeah.
God, Kiss, those guys are from Queens. Like Paul Stanley was from Queens, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And I'm from Queens. And so was Steven Tyler. Steven Tyler of Aerosmith.
I love Aerosmith.
Because he was originally Steven Tallarico. His uncle used to tune my piano as a little girl growing up in Douglaston, Queens. Wow. And he used to give us constant updates about Aerosmith.
Worked with John Caffrey and the Beaver Brown Band 4 times. They were awesome to work with.
Eddie and the Cruisers.
Man, you got some serious chops, both of you.
Yeah, throughout all my career, without giving away my age, I worked with a lot.
It's okay.
And it's an honor now. Like, I'm very close with many of them, the boss and John Caffrey and the Beaver Brown Band. We bonded the first time we worked together, and I had like 3 times after that working with them.
Man, I love that song on the dark side.
I love that song. Oh yeah, my kid and I were dancing to that the other day. He was getting ready for school, and that came on the radio, and I was like, "This is the best getting out the door song ever."
All right, check this out.
Okay.
we're running out of time, and I can sit here and I know we have a lot of fun just talking about this.
You're our guest, so we want to hear more about you and the group and how you guys came to be and where you're at now.
Okay.
Well, also, I want to know how long have you been in music, musically as a artist and a writer and a performer, and where do you get your inspiration for your songwriting?
Yeah, that's a really good question. My dysfunctional family background. Seriously, man. You know, we are very mentally challenged. No, if I may digress. No, seriously, a lot of love. I come from a very loving family, but I lost my youngest brother to a heroin overdose. Another brother disappeared, sight unseen. We don't know if he's dead or alive. And I've got 2 surviving siblings. But, you know, a lot of sadness and grieving sent me to the therapeutic value of music. Music is communication. It's healing. You know, it can go either way with people. You can communicate aggression through music, or you can communicate healing and love and inspiration through music. And I choose the latter. So I stuck with my piano since age 5. I was blessed enough to have my parents. We may have been a little, you know, wild and crazy with growing up and what happened, you know, as Iggy Pop said, cry for love till all the plates are broken. I saw some broken flying saucers growing up and whatnot, but that piano was always a mainstay in my life. And later on, when I moved to the East Village, I picked up the guitar because I had to give my piano away, and it broke my heart. But, you know, that was in the days before cell phones, and that was before having digitized keyboards with weighted keys and whatnot. So
what you said was very heart-touching, because, you see, in times of trauma, people can go one way or the other.
That's
and God
right.
blessed you with a gift, and you poured it into your music, and that's the best music when we write. It's from either joy or from pain. And the best love songs are, you know, love gone wrong songs and things are derived from real life.
Yes, absolutely.
And those are the hit songs that come
John
from
Cash. You know, for God's sakes, look at John.
We had a song. You were talking about aggression. Yeah, we had some songs that we wrote called "Pain." Was one of the songs, and "Tear Down the Walls," and "I've Gone Insane." And
but that helps people.
It
you
does.
get to the root of your angst, and you communicate that outward in a healthy way. You don't hold it inside, and you give others permission to release their own pain, and then we just embrace the cosmos, you know, and rise above it. That's what it's about.
Many times with musical artists that we've had on our show, right, Mike, that music is the universal language. I mean, we can all right now go back to a time and a place.
Absolutely.
Easily hear a song, whether it was we were in high school, it was the Nam-War, it was this, it was that. You know, you could remember good what guy or girl you were dating, or high school prom, or things like that. It puts you in a time period, and much of this is why music is flight to a film. And you know, all the songs are originals, you know, and by original artists, and that's what counts. You can go back to those time periods in the film, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, right? The modern you know, I mean, it's and you, Drew, I got to give you a lot of just, you know, gave testimony about and getting to know you even better and your group, and that was a very traumatic experience of life. You know, losing a brother. I lost 3 brothers. And we've gone through different manner of it and the way it happened, you know. So you see, put into music, and it's touching people's hearts, it's touching people's minds. I remember doing a cover song one time, and there was a young lady in the audience with her husband. So the show was doing Connecticut, and said, "Wow, you know, when you did that, it reminded me of my dad." You know, and I don't recall what song it was that I did. But anyway, you see, so people can relate, and that's
it triggers those memories. Now. I want to ask you, where did you get how did you come up with the name Valkerie? I mean, the Valkerie is the Viking. They're the soldiers, the warriors of God, right?
Yeah, they're demigoddesses that rescue the heroes who were slain in battle and grant them with mortality in Valhalla, the version of Viking heaven in Norse mythology. Well, actually, you know, I feel a lot of empathy towards people going through their various struggles, and I draw strength for my writing from these conflicts. You know, New York City especially is like poetry in commotion. It's you can see the very over glamorized diva star side of New York, and then people living in cardboard boxes begging for money, hopelessly addicted and afflicted and restricted, you know. So all that I draw strength from, and I try to bring it to the home front to recycle.
And
you know,
I salute
part
you
of
for that,
hearing
you know.
here in the city.
And I salute you for that, Val, because you know, and I know, and we're not, maybe we're a little prejudiced, but New York City is the entertainment capital of the world. And it's very true that you go to one side of town and you're seeing people in desolation, you know, and then the other side of town, you know, you go to the east side and they're living high on hog. But, you know, there's so many artists right into the Soho area, in the Village, that are great talent, and they never get a shot, you know.
They never do, and a lot of them sadly never will. And here on the Lower East Side alone, I have immense talent, younger and younger, as well as 50s, 60s, and 70s that have really paved the way. But unfortunately, it's very corporatized. The rents are astronomical.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I live in Stuytown. We're renaming it Skytown because the rents are sky high. I'm telling you, it's really hard to survive.
The West Side Highway,
for a living.
Towers, Trump Towers, Trump Towers, Trump Towers.
Yeah.
I tell you,
people are
And
paying.
a lot of people have to flee. They have to flee. They have to leave. You know.
you know, when I was listening to you talk earlier about the band name and everything, you actually jarred a memory of mine. When I was with the band, I was in the Which One band for 10 years. We wrote this song called "Stripped of Pride," and you know, it talks about a Valkyrie that was not allowed to go to Valhalla. You know, he was stripped of his pride, and that was a song that we had wrote. And it jarred a memory. And what I'm wondering is, I noticed you have a cross around your neck that is sideways, and you said it's a little artsy. What is your Christian belief? Do you believe in God as the Almighty and the Lord Jesus as the Savior and the Son of God?
I am Christian, but I draw strength from all different religions. And the dad of my son actually is Jewish. He was born in Israel. He grew up on a kibbutz. So I'm open-minded when it comes to religion. You know, there's a saying, and I hope this doesn't offend anyone. They say, religion is sometimes for those who are afraid to go to hell, and spirituality is for those of us who have been there. So I've most assuredly had my share of hellish experiences in life, and I draw strength.
We all have.
You're a survivor, honey. You're a soldier. You're a warrior.
I draw strength from any sort. You know, to me, God is good, orderly direction, and however people choose to worship, and the nothing sacred about hatred theme of our CD really draws from the best of all religions.
I respect people's, you know, different people have different faiths that they subscribe to, but, you know, there's only one God. And it's interesting that you mentioned the Jewish faith, because Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one God. And Yahweh is it's his name. And he is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But it's the same God that we Christians worship. There's only one God. So, you know, and that's where, you know, Jesus said there is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither bond nor free. We're all one through Christ. So, you know, religion is an order of life. If you look at the word, way of life, or an order of life. But if you lift the hood of a car, Caddy, Oldsmobile, Chevy, Buick, all right, it's what's under the hood.
That's right.
Basically, if we embrace God and we believe in the truth that God wants us the way he wants us to live, that's what's most important. You see?
Well, the thing is, Pete,
people can worship false gods.
You know what? That's you know, you're absolutely right. But what's happening now in today's day and age, and our show is a message of global peace.
Right.
We are living in very chaotic times.
I know.
I was watching television this morning before I went to work.
Yeah.
And you know, a guy brought up a good point. He says, you know, Christians are being exterminated right now with ISIS. They are beheading children, men, women.
It's true.
They are infiltrating us.
Yeah.
And he said that there's, you know, defectors from ISIS.
Yeah.
You know, they're raping kids and women and slavery, and it's insanity.
Yeah.
Do you believe that these are signs of the end times? Do you believe that we are living in Revelation? And do you believe that we will see global peace? Is it even possible?
You know,
take on it.
may be an eternal.
Yes, you know, we get their take on that.
Yeah.
That do you think we'll actually see world peace in our lifetime?
Yeah. I may be an eternal optimist. I think that you know, there's that saying, God never gives us more than what we can handle, but it's sure as heck feels that way. I believe that in these traumatic times, and actually Nothing Sacred About Hatred was inspired by a tweet that Lady Gaga had written about having to cancel one of her shows in the Middle East because of death threats. And that's what inspired me to write Nothing Sacred About Hatred, by the way. But my ancestors were originally from Syria and Egypt, and they were Christians, and they had to leave because, you know, otherwise they
because of the oppression.
Yes. But meanwhile, I married somebody who was from Israel, you know. So go figure. But we're divorced now, but we're raising our son in harmony, and everything's peaceful and good. Now, I do believe that when things get extraordinarily strained, it forces the best out of people, because I think that love is stronger than hatred. And I may sound like an eternal optimist, but I really believe that the cream rises to the top, and there are miraculous things occurring in our culture and in the world at large simultaneously with these horrific, outlandish acts of violence.
I believe we're in the middle of an awakening. I believe that people are going to wake up.
An awakening.
You know, and people are more connected, like they're, no, you know, we've never been this connected ever.
It's more of an awakening, absolutely.
Right.
And
you put people in a desperate situation, in an overcrowded place with limited facilities, limited supplies for survival. There are only two ways you can go: eliminate each other or work together to rise above.
Exactly, Val, you hit the nail on the head right there, in a sense that, you know, collectively we are stronger in numbers. And this is what I'm bringing out as a representative now to the UN, which I'm still trying to wrap my head around. But, you know, I don't get into the politics. I go in there as a humanitarian.
Yes.
I go as someone who cares about our fellow man.
Absolutely.
We're all equal. We're all one in God's eyes. I don't see race, color, you know. And this is what you got to try and get across to these people, that it's so lack of just common sense.
Yeah.
When you think about it, that what you just said, we are stronger numbers. And what I said is if we barter, if we share. And just the other day, Mike, you were talking about watching the news. I'm watching the news the other day, and they were giving the statistics of how many millions of dollars per day go into these huge bombs they're making. And the amount of ISIS that are being taken out, they're infiltrating them, and they said, well, we'll just keep taking them out. And the commentator said, well, you know, it's like, you know, unless you get the chief, the Indians keep multiplying, they'll just replace them with more. And this is what happened with the Taliban, this is what happened with Al-Qaeda. So they're not going to stop. And you hit a good note earlier, that, see, love is far more powerful. Hatred is taught. It's not it could be in all of us, but it's taught. We don't know hate until it's taught to us. And Mike, you know, we brought this up many times with different guests, that, you know, from a child, that's where it starts. And by the time they get to school, their formative years, by 5, 6 years old, their character's already formed.
Yeah.
They're going to find hatred towards someone or prejudice. You know, but in these other countries, in these third world countries, it's taught to them right as soon as they come out of the chute. You know, you go hate that person. And they hate Americans because we stand for freedom.
The haters may multiply, but it's all really divisive. Whereas when you focus on uniting with others for a common cause to better the world and to strengthen your resolve to improve, that multiplies far beyond anything that is created.
I would love to get you to do a shout out for us for Humanitarians Unite. Just basically state your name, your position, your band, and you know, do a plug for Humanitarians Unite, because I'm working with Debbie Ellison up in Atlanta, Georgia, and I've been asked to speak in the Global Humanitarian Summit in Atlanta in March. So I'll be working with you know, people who have humanitarian organizations all around the world.
We're probably going to be speaking side by side, my brother.
And this is going to be great, Pete. You know, God works through people.
I was very honored that, you know, they just recently put me on their website. But the Humanitarians Unite is basically, we're all humanitarians if we're doing God's will and we're doing the work of helping our fellow man. You know, and Val, I could see that too, that you come out for a lot of worthy causes, you know, you and your band. And I salute you.
Thank you. So you want me to give a shout out to the global?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Shout out.
Via Bruce Shepard, Pete DeLorenzo. My name is Valkerie of the Val Kinzler Band. Nothing sacred about hatred. Rock on!
There you go.
Humanitarians Unite.
For Humanitarians Unite and Global Cooperation Day.
Love you.
Say it. You gotta say Humanitarians Unite.
Humanitarians Unite. That's right.
There it is, baby.
What's Cooperation Day?
Global cooperation.
Global
That's what
Cooperation Day.
Now, why don't you tell our viewers
Every
where
day.
they can locate you and Joe, and naturally you're on Facebook and
Yeah.
if you have a website, Twitter, anywhere else where they can locate you and
Yeah, let people know.
Absolutely. ValKinzler.com, and the Val Kinzler Band is on Facebook, as well as ReverbNation.com/Val Kinzler, and then Twitter, Valkerie Kinsler. So we're all out there.
Well, I tell
But
you,
it's all
Valerie,
coming from here, baby.
you've got a beautiful voice. You've got a vibrant spirit.
Thank you.
You're a wonderful, wonderful young lady.
Great.
I wish you the best in your career, and
Thank you.
and anybody who's up in the New York area and wants to go see Valkerie, check them out. That's for sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Um,
The Bitter End on November 27th, 7
plug,
p.m.
no, 27. Plug that again. One more time.
Thank you so much.
That's gonna be at the bitter end, right? Right in New York City.
Yes, 147 Bleecker Street.
Yep, Bleecker, good old Bleecker Street. I actually filmed a movie there, some years ago.
Yeah, it's been declared a historical landmark.
The gentleman that directed that film, Mr. Bill Milling, is the director of my movie, The Mentor. Now he's going to
Wow, that's so exciting. I have to see it. I got to see your
be
movie.
American Movie Company, right in New York City, and Bill Milling directed that film when I was in it. It was called Body Trouble, and it was a comedy. And yeah, and I had that was one of my that was one of my first speaking roles, actually. Good old Bleecker Street.
Well, I
yeah.
tell you what, when I get up to New York and New Jersey, I know I'm going to be up there with Pete here soon. Lord's bringing us together.
Yeah, we'll hang out. Definitely.
Oh, we'll definitely get together, hon.
Yeah, you got to get here, and you got to
You
get
should send me some MP3s of your music. Send me some sounds so I get familiar with your music as well.
Oh man, I haven't.
Who knows, maybe we do a Skype, knock down, drag them out, co-write, fantastic.
Oh, we ought to collaborate. We ought to collaborate on a lot.
Absolutely, love
Hey,
you.
Bruce Shepard, my executive producer, is
Bruce,
an unbelievable guitarist. He's
Yeah.
like Yngwie Malmsteen.
Wow.
Yeah, really, just.
That's what I say. We can all get together, and I've got 15 new songs for a new album now, and
Great.
a couple more, works in the works.
Yeah, you need to get Bruce to throw in some heavy leads, man.
Yeah, some night we'll get together, we'll do some riffs and licks, and
Yeah.
Like,
sound good. But I've got a lot of good stuff coming, and we have a benefit, Val, in case you didn't know about this. I'll be put John Harvey, great artist from Virginia.
Yeah, John's great.
John, we had him on the show, yeah, and John is going to be throwing a benefit for country and gospel artist Gina West, who is suffering from cancer,
oh, wow.
maybe incurable cancer that she has, and her sister's husband has cancer of the liver. So that family's getting hit really hard right now.
Oh, that's,
That's
So there's going to be a lot of celebs and a lot of great bands. So it's going to be in Richmond, Virginia, December 12th. So if you guys want to come down,
I have a brother who lives in Fairfax County, Virginia, actually. He lives in Alexandria, so it's not too far from there. It's feasible. It's definitely feasible.
I tell you,
so let's have your band on the bill,
Because we've been talking about doing a second CD release out that way with my brother and sister-in-law, and we'd love to. That would be awesome.
I'm sure you've done a lot of benefit shows.
Yes, I did Righteous Women Who Rock, and for the New York Anti-Violence
Let's count of how many, right? All of us?
Project and Recording Artist Development, a nonprofit record label, and then we did a Hurricane Sandy relief benefit at our bar through Kip Elbaum, who's a promoter here in New York City, and a lot of stuff. I did a parental advisory.
We just got back from Panama City Beach, Florida. We did a big concert out there with Kurt Town Band, guy named Coconut Harley, along with Pat Rambler.
Wow.
Coconut Harley was a harmonica player. He's played with 38 Special, Charlie Daniels.
Oh, yeah.
Had Queen of the South out there. Had Undercover Betty. George Play Band. It was fantastic. We raised a lot of money for Jimmy Van Zant.
I was going to say
he has liver cancer. And you know, bringing people together, man, you know, especially with the motorcycle community. It was a Thunder Beach motorcycle rally.
Yeah, Joe's got a Harley.
That's all. I mean,
well, we got Orange County, New York. The bikers always come out supportive, and right here,
bikers are beautiful people.
Nice. Right here from Patterson, New Jersey. I've come out many times. They come out for kids, and you know the bikers are always very supportive, man. You know.
Yeah.
Good
I wish we could sit here and talk for another hour.
I know. Well, we got so much we didn't even cover. You know.
I know.
I want to have. I'd love to have her come back on.
Yeah.
Come
back on with
maybe next time we can coordinate with Joe because he had to undergo a little bit of a medical procedure that kind of, you know. So sorry about that. But
prayers are with him and everything on that, and you know, we'll get him back on with you again, and maybe even the members.
That's great.
Be great.
Wonderful.
And you know, one thing that you said earlier too triggered off a thought in my mind, right in the opening monologue of my film. You know, how you said how you were brought up in a loving family. And Mike, you know, you and I have talked about this, many people that we confront, and a lot of our viewers, and it's multiplying every week. A lot of these people never had that. So we're very blessed.
We are.
And in the opening monologue of my film, I said, you know,
always going to be
all of us, it was not always the Donna Reed show or Leave It to Beaver or anything, you know. Every family has its problems, high, low, but you have stability, and when you have a functional family and there's close ties, close-knit love,
absolutely.
That's a blessing.
They also taught me how to have faith. I mean, they dragged us kicking and screaming to church on Sundays, most Sundays, you know, and I had my controversial issues with the pastor saying, well, how do you know? How do you know? Anyhow, but, you know.
I got kicked out of class for one of those how do you knows.
You know what? That's
Prove it to me, Pat.
I was in high school, and a science teacher was pushing evolution. And I was like, he said, oh, the seed washed up on the shore, and then this, and then I go, where'd the shore come from? Where'd the seed come from? Get out of class.
Exactly. How do you know?
There was a chair reserved with my name in that principal's office. I was down there so much. It had my name on it.
You know, Pete, I was a troubled lad when I was young as well. And, you know, I got in my share of problems. I went to a Catholic school and ended up getting kicked out by a priest because I got drunk with girls from St. Francis.
Oh, my God. Joe went to Catholic school.
That's right. My brother was an altar boy, and he used to sample the wine during
Yeah. I'm going to be none of the above for Halloween tomorrow, for Halloween. I'm going to be none of the above with a dry erase board that says, am I Sister Perpetua, the Immaculate Deception, or Mistress Distressa, or none of the above? Check.
Now, I don't have to dress up for Halloween. I open the door and kids give me candy.
Yeah, give me candy.
Man, I love Halloween. I swear I wish it was the way
Just give me candy.
Was a kid.
Halloween is great, man.
Just open the door.
Well, I wish you guys the best. I can't wait to, you know, hang out again.
But my friends, do you know I do not have Halloween in India?
Well, they should, because it's a lot of fun.
There is Gandhi.
Mahatma Square Llama.
Here on the Lower East Side, Theater for the New City always has a great Halloween extravaganza with performances, and it's just wonderful. It's really, and you see the wackiest costumes, but very artfully crafted. Some real talent comes out.
I love the holidays, and we love you, Valerie.
Thank you. We love you too. Thanks for
Namaste.
appreciating the music and the intent behind the music, the message in it, because that's what it's all about. Thank you.
Well, everybody, I thank you so much for tuning in and watching Direction of the Heart with our special guest, Valkerie Kinsler, the band Valkerie.
Thank you so much. All right. God bless.
You and the band, and the best to Joe, and tell him we hope that he feels better real soon.
I will.
Prayers are with you all, and we will talk very soon. And let's rock and roll. Let's do some gigs together.
Yes, let's do that. Definitely.
Happy holidays, man.
Happy holidays. Woo!
Rock and roll.
Come on, Val. Thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you, Pete. Love you, brother.
Okay.
Love you, bro.
Talk to you soon. Love you, Valerie.
Take care. Thank you. Love you guys. Bye.
Rock and roll code.
1, 2, 3.
Yes!